When I saw this on Twitter, I said, what the fuck is this? That was my literal question when I saw this. And when I posted it up in my community tabs, one of the first people that left up the comment thought that this was clickbait, that it was a prank. And I had to unfortunately tell them that no, it is not either of those. And then I went on to Google and typed in BreonnaCon into the Google search bar. And sure enough, there is an actual convention going on with Breonna Taylor's name attached to it, but is more so a convention to promote those three words right there at the bottom. But I'm willing to bet it's more so the first two. And more centered the money part. Notice that money is the center word. And look at who is hosting this event. These three right here on this flyer, or at least these three right here, are the more notable people that are going to be there. Two of them I know, and that's Yandy Smith and Portia Williams. I'm not too familiar with the one in the middle, but I've noticed that the three women are really, really in the forefront, but the person that they made this for, or so they say, is faded into the background, and that's Breonna Taylor. They actually made an entire convention. Now, when you hear the word con, think of the word Comic Con, which is a comic convention they have every year with the exception of this year due to the woo-woo, where people gather from all across the globe to come to, or to go to California. I think it's in San Diego, and I know they have one in New York as well. Just basically talking about comics, superhero stuff, and movies and all types of things like that, shows and whatnot, for a weekend. And that's what they're doing with this. I don't like how they're using this dead woman who has yet to receive any type of justice in her murder to throw some type of event just as a money grab. I don't like when people do that shit. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I know you have to conduct business, but god damn it, you could have went into it in a more classier way. And then from what I'm hearing, Breonna Taylor's mother, from what I heard, signed off on this. So she's okay with this. She's fine with this. You know what they're going to do? They're going to take one good look at this event right here, and they're going to say, oh, they want to treat this woman's death as a money grab? Fine. We will use that as evidence when or if we ever go to trial. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with the money that's to be raised, because as of right now, these terrorists who killed her have not been criminally charged. So with them not being criminally charged, there is no trial date on the books. None. All I'm going to say is this: if they do raise a good amount of money, which it sounds like they're probably going to do, that money needs to go to her family, and they need to store it away because they're going to need it for them legal fees. However, I still do not appreciate them using this woman's death to make money off of her. I don't like when they do it with anybody, quite honestly. Especially when they lost their life in a way, in a manner such as this. This isn't a foundation that they created for her. They didn't create a scholarship in her name. They want to have a goddamn convention. A BreonnaCon. Beauty, money, justice. They could have just said money and we would have gotten a picture right then and there, because we know this is nothing more than a money grab. And you know what's so crazy? You have so many black women out there that says they all for empowering women and all types of stuff like that. So you are behind the empowering of women off of the back in the name of a deceased black woman. Some sisterhood this is. Now just imagine if black men came together and came up with something called a George Con and decided to have a men's empowerment. Well, we won't say empowerment. We'll just say, I don't know what we'll call it. and decided to mention this, I would be mad about that too. My outrage extends everywhere. Equal opportunity around here. Because I do not like when people use a dead deceased person to make funds off of them. And in this manner. Like, that is crazy. And then they said a women's empowerment event. How much more empowering do you need? That's my question. How much more goddamn empowering do you need? Many of you got most of your empowerment through the government. Yes, I went there. This event is not for Breonna Taylor. It just has her name on it, and they know putting her name attached to it will get people and eyes and ears to gravitate toward it. Look at how they put her picture in there. She's faded into the background. The least they could have did if they was going to make this event about her, they could have blew her picture up and then put the other three women right there in a smaller picture and then put their names under it. Boom. There you go. But the fact that they designed this flyer and faded her into the background lets you know that this really isn't about her. That's one major thing I don't like when people do these type of events, is because they put someone's name on it to get eyes to watch it and money to come and line them pockets. But the event is never at the end of the day truly about that person. They could have took some of that money, because it's not like Portia Williams or Yandy. I don't know about the one in the middle. It's not like, well, looking at their title, it's not like these women don't have money. It's not like they don't have funds. They could have definitely contributed in a whole nother way. And it's crazy because Portia, and Yandy, I was sticking up for them when they got arrested down in Louisville, about a month ago, when they were protesting on behalf of Breonna Taylor. And when that goddamn jigaboon, Daniel J. Cameron, had them arrested. Especially since, to my knowledge, Portia Williams comes from a very black power type of family. Like, she comes from a family of activists. So it's more disappointment than anything. I'm not too familiar with the one in the middle. I'm not sure if she was out there protesting with them or not. But this just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And it's crazy because you'll probably have them goddamn divestors and them pro-black women heifers and them anti-black men bashers gonna come right over here and say that I'm wrong for calling this out. No, you are wrong for supporting the capitalism off of a dead woman's body, a dead black woman at that, and then have the nerve to say that this is woman empowerment. It is not. This is just as bad as y'all praising that damn WAP video and saying that's lifting up women, especially black women. So a woman going around saying how wet her pussy is empowering. Somebody make it make sense. I'm telling you, 2020 is a very spooky and weird year.